I don't usually do a lot of pop culture content, but I found the last episode of Euphoria really interesting. So, first, spoilers. If you don't want to know what happened, please don't watch this video. I understand that it's like a deeply problematic series, and there's a lot to say about the last season, but I want to look at it from a little bit of a different angle than what I've been hearing. The first thing that I think is really important is what we can see about framing of who we see as worthy and who we see as bad, who's worthy of redemption and trust. And what this has to do with a lot of words I'm not allowed to say on this app because they don't want us talking about these things, right? So, um, you know, Rue is not so different from Cassie as far as what she's doing in the world. Although Cassie gets a lot of guff for her work, we don't ever hear her being criticized for her rug use, right? In fact, we hear her call Rue an addict. Um, but it's almost like what she's doing is fine because of like the blonde bombshell thing. I mean, this app really doesn't want us talking about this stuff, but that just means it's more important. So first of all, this show is not just about addiction and what it does to people. This show is about society and power and perception. And the really interesting thing is, and I'm not trying to like be really hard on Lexi's character here. What she says at the end, she says, it's not that I'm without blame, but um, not everything I did was perfect or something like that. And that's very much true. She did not in any way intend or understand that her relaying this information that Rue gave her that she was undercover, she thought she was lying. She didn't believe her. She didn't think any consequence would come from her telling her friend about it. But that actually led to her death. That's what caused her death. It's not Lexi's fault in that she didn't intend it, but it is her fault in that her actions caused that. And I think that's the part people are really not going to want to reflect on, is how we've been taught in society who to believe, who to abandon. And I think that's really important that we really dig into. And I wanted to talk about suspending disbelief. So, um, and gossip and the role that that plays in the degradation of relationships in society.